And we are live. How's everybody doing? Let's go ahead and get started. We're talking about we're going to cover some momentum stocks. We're going to cover what I see as the most explosive themes in the market. Um and some charts within those themes that are starting to pick up, breaking out. Some of them already broken out. We talked about them last week. And we're going to, throw up some more, talk about some more setups. And we can start with, well, let's go ahead and start with energy storage technologies, right? So these are, let me see, should I have the pre-market? Let's throw the we'll keep the pre-market off on this. I actually want to see it here. Let's throw up this chart, right? So let's go ahead and we're going to hit BM&R too. So the top themes, just real quick: energy storage, battery tech, power generation, robotics, drones, something we haven't talked about, drones, crypto, and some battered stocks that should be recovering coming forward. And there's a surprise. There's a new stock that I found doing the research currently that could be very explosive, easy 5-10x, possible. I don't even want to say it on here. Possible 50-100x, right? Really possible if it is what I think it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the we're going to start with, let's go to the daily chart. No, weekly charts. We're going to start on the weekly charts. And we're looking at QuantumScape, battery tech. And I just want to point out these battery stocks are absolutely ripping, but I think they're mid-cycle. I think they're going to need time to pull back pretty soon. They probably have a couple more weeks to blow off top. Some of these are absolutely exploding off the previous high. You had the pullback. Now they're starting to move. So you have QuantumScape here. Is it overblown? Starting to get there, but these things can absolutely rip. You have the Fed cutting rates. No labor report, but the Fed cutting rates multiple times. They're probably going to cut 2 more times, October and December, which means what? More money, more liquidity into the market. Like, there's a lot of money coming in here, and it is absolutely fueling these small cap stocks, right? Inovix. Now I have a lot of, I think this one has a lot more potential than these others, simply from a momentum point of view. Let's throw the MACD on there. From a momentum standpoint, it's barely starting to pick up on this weekly chart. Okay, now this has been a 3-year downtrend. Okay, 3 to 4 year downtrend. Okay, let's just go ahead and touch it up. And if it breaks out of this downtrend, it's going to have a nasty move. Maybe not, the first day, but as it starts to break, I'm expecting it to move to, $100 over the next 6 to 12 months after it starts to break. It needs to get above like $20, right? Once it gets over 20, I think we're heading for 100. Why? Such a big move. Well, the macroeconomic backdrop is insane. There's going to be so much money. We're in a bubble. We're at the beginning stages of a bubble. And the bubble's rotating from different themes, right? AI, semiconductors, it's going to go into robotics pretty soon. Power generation. We've seen iron absolutely rip. You have Open Door, just a stupid meme stock, interest rate sensitive cyclicals. So we're going to get rotational bubbles. And I think this bubble is starting to form in the battery energy storage part of the market. And, we're still hot here. We're still looking at these, but, you're not in super early. I think Inovix, ENVX, is still pretty early, and we'll see how that thing starts to perform. So keep your eye on this. We're still early in the momentum. Watch the daily chart also for a pullback. Okay, it's starting to get overheated, and my guess would be MACD. We're still, picking up on the MACD. My guess would be that we fill this gap around 1335. A lot of selling pressure above 13 to 14 to 15. So we probably consolidate in this area first. All right, where's my tools at? Hold on. Let me move this over. All right, so I think we're going to consolidate first. So watch this zone. It's like a magnet. I want to keep this clear. I want to make this clear for some of you who are new to technicals, or you're still trying to figure it out. It took me years. It's not easy. Something might work in 6 months that doesn't work again. So these levels, these key levels, are like magnets, right? If the momentum is pushing higher into the magnet, then you're going to get a push into this, that's what we're looking at right now, this big lightning bolt just going straight into the level. But the question is the macro or the fundamentals going to support the magnet flipping, right? Let's say this is a positive charge and it's pulling it up. It's going to flip into a negative charge above that level and push it away, right? That's what you want to see if you're long, but it might just, suck it in and then push it right back down. So it's a magnet, then it flips. Once it gets in here, it's going to flip negative. The question is it going to push price back above or, back below this level? So it's like, I think of it like a magnet. It's got to get here some way, somehow. And, when we get there, then we'll start to decide whether it moves higher or not. Okay. So that's Inovix. Momentum looks great. Still early for this one. Does it pull back? Sure. I mean, it's really a reverse cup and handle. I'm sorry, reverse head and shoulders here, right? So you can come back and check this, but look at this reverse head and shoulders. This is your shoulder. Here's your head. Here's your shoulder, breaking out of that shoulder. So it can come back and check 10. 10 is a great level. That's what you really want, honestly. If you do get a market correction, which I'm anticipating a market correction somewhere in October, if we come back to 10, that's a great level to trade off. I'm sorry, 10's down here, right? 10's about right here. Does it come back to 10? Maybe. Somewhere between 10.70 and 10. That's a great level that I'd be looking at. And I'm really going to like that, especially if the momentum is still rising on the weekly chart. Okay. So somewhere between this area, right? And this is all to just show you this thing's going to be in play for a while, maybe the next 12 months. It's not a dead stock. It's no longer dying. It's showing us it's ready to rip. All right, let's go to solid state battery. So that's Inovix. They're generating new battery technology. This is a solid state battery play. The thesis here is, well, you need, more batteries for electric vehicles, and what is more efficient than lithium is going to be, liquid lithium is going to be the solid state batteries. I'm not an expert. Go look it up. Go do your research. Either way, it's causing, or it's causing a tailwind in these stocks. So this is one of them, small cap stock. Market cap is barely on, $780 million, 780 million market cap. How's the momentum looking? It got very overheated on the weekly chart. I still think it needs time to consolidate. It's not going to shoot straight up anytime soon. There's no earnings. Should we turn that on there? Yeah, let's throw the earnings on so we can know what we're looking at here. So it still has time for November. I don't think it really rips until the end of the month. I could be totally, I don't know. Just looking at the technicals though, it wants to rip. It's starting to pick up, but it needs the overall theme. Okay, the daily chart looks better than the weekly. It looks a little sloppy. It just looks, could it rip? Sure. I think it needs a couple more weeks, maybe a month before it gathers enough momentum to take off. But look at that trend. This is a, impulse higher, consolidation, and then you're waiting for that next impulse higher, right? Maybe above $5. $5 is a psychological level, so I'd be paying attention to 5. That's a big level. People see zeros, right? 10, 1, 10, 150. They see zeros and they just want to get long above those zeros. So confirmation above 5 or somewhere around 5, boom, it's gone, right? Again, we're in energy storage, Microvast. We've already pointed this one out. This thing is ripping, right? Keep your eye on it. Where is it at? It's probably mid-cycle, early was down here around $2.80, 80 cents, $3. $3 was the ideal entry. Okay. And we've traded this in the Discord, over and over. If you want to see the Discord, if you're not already in it, let me know in the comments and I'll throw you the link. It's free for now as we gain more credibility. Just check out the Discord. There's stuff in there all the time. So anyways, we're moving higher. We're at the, what are we at? $5. So we're hitting new highs, right? This could either reverse. So you have let's go to the weekly. On the daily chart, you have a reversal candle, but there's a lot of momentum behind this. On the weekly chart, you still have room to go. So I think we can rip for Microvast, right? Let's just do a quick Fibonacci. I think we can quickly rip to about $7. That's where I have some leap calls, 2027s way out. I don't plan on waiting that long, but I can always roll them down and, pick up some, more explosive contracts, I can always roll them down, take some credit, right? So anyway, $7 is what my aim is for this. We're at, what are we at, 5? And before it really pulls back. Could be done here. I doubt it. It still has a lot of room on the RSI. You're barely getting the flip here on the weekly. I'm sorry, what is this? MACD. You're barely getting the flip. This thing is just starting to turn bullish. Okay. Can I zoom in on this? No, it doesn't let me zoom in. All right, let's just do this. Look at, so you're getting the crossover, bullish crossover on the MACD. That's what I'm looking at right there. Okay. So just starting to happen. This still has room to move. Okay. Now let's go to Fluence. Now this one's a little later in its stage. Do I think it hits 20? Yeah, but I think it needs to consolidate. It's still a small cap. It's what we're looking at, a 2.5 billion market cap. So it can definitely rip higher. This was literally on the video that we talked about. We called this one out at $7, $8, about around $8. Okay, around $8. So we're somewhere around here. Broke the downtrend, starting to pick up. RSI picking up momentum, getting a crossover on the MACD. This is why we use momentum. These are momentum stocks. We're using momentum technical analysis. Why momentum versus other stuff? Because this is a momentum market. There's too much money to go around, and a lot of stocks are going to fly just because because they have a theme. There's too much money out there, right? Mag 7 stocks other than Tesla are not even, they're consolidating. There's trillions and trillions to move big stocks. Well, you only need a couple billion, right? You need 1% to move some of these stocks. 1% of Nvidia, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, 1% of those stocks market cap would triple, quadruple, 5x some of these stocks, sometimes 10x. So you have a lot of 3, 5x opportunity. Some of them are 10x, right? Fluence Energy still looks great. Wait for the pullback. Wait for the pullback. Do not chase it. It's in heavy momentum acceleration. It's in the breakaway zone, right? It's starting to break out. It got out of this area, and that was kind of the last area for entry other than this pullback, but that was tough to get to. Here's your $10 level on Fluence, right here, 10. So it could come back to 10. If you missed it, don't chase it. Just be patient. If it comes back to 10, you have a gift. Keep some capital on the side. If it doesn't come back to 10, that's fine. Wait. Stay patient. Do not chase. Do not chase. Do not chase. Do not. Trust me, I always get the feeling I want to chase something. I'm like, oh, damn, I should have added more. Do not chase it. Be patient. There will be a correction at some point. Sometimes they never come back. That's fine. There's other opportunities, right? Don't chase it. So overall for Fluence Energy, remember this is second to Tesla as far as battery grid stability, battery storage technology. Is the theme the strongest it is today? Not necessarily. I think that theme accelerates into the end of the year as we get more deregulation into 2026 for sure. But keep your eye on it, because once it breaks all-time highs, we're probably looking at a $90, $100 stock. It's a small cap. This could be 20 billion, right? This could easily be a $20 billion stock. That's like a 6, 7x from here. Market cap is, what are we at? 2.5 billion. A lot of these are $2.5 billion market caps. They can get to 20 billion. Okay. They can get there, especially with the there's not enough energy. All right, let's go to the next one. Now we have Marley. I don't even know how to say this one. I got faked out. I got stopped out on this one. Okay. Momentum is still picking up. Is it the strongest theme? Is it a super small cap? Not necessarily. It's 10 billion. But it's an easy trade just by the, you have a level here. And I know somebody said there's going to be, this is a lithium miner. Somebody said, oh, well, you know what about sodium? Yeah, sodium mining is going to be here. A lot of these companies will flip. So look out for sodium batteries too. Okay. That doesn't mean it's not a good trade. You can get a good options trade on this one. I wouldn't trade it short term. You can, but look at that look at that cup. It's just cupping, ready to break out. Okay. ALB, is it the best stock in the market? No, I did say 10x the other day. That's a little unrealistic. I'll go ahead and take that back. I don't really see a 10x right away. But I'm saying it could do a 10x depending on how the fundamentals. That's the, that would be the extent. So we're at $88. Let's say 90. Let's say it goes to $1,000 a share, right? That's 100 billion market cap. So they got to dominate. That would be the best scenario. Give it 3 years, right? 4 years maybe. Maybe not, okay? But for sure, this thing's going to triple when it breaks out. There's just too much demand. It's one of the top, in the world, lithium miners. They can always flip to sodium. They have the resources, they have the funding, they have the backing. So I think it can triple for sure. And a triple would take it to about 270, right? Back to all-time highs. Okay. Now I'm not the most bullish on this. Now here's the best one, right? Keep your eye on this. I've watched this stock break out 2 times. Keep your eye on this right here. Okay. I don't want to curse, but I get excited when I see this shit. Okay. Um, I don't want to curse, but you know, sometimes you get excited. All right. So cooler technology. This is a thermal battery storage, tech play. Very small market cap. Okay. Now, just to give you a rerun, I had a dude in the chat, in our chat, that got very long on this stock when I first looked at it back in 2024, right? And we started buying it when it dropped. Oh, they reverse split. Okay. So it's not even the same. We started buying it around here. Okay. So the equivalent to $1 all the way down to 80 cents. Back in the day, it was at 12 cents. It was it was a lot smaller. Now he made 100 grand on this. He got in about 10K and this thing exploded. So he made a lot of money on this. Then we had the second round. He made even more money on it. Number 2, I knew this theme would come up. Okay. I'm just giving you the background. We have to go into electric vehicles. We have to go into grid stability. Battery technology has to happen, right? That is the next iteration to sustain all the electricity that we need and to make sure that batteries don't overheat. So there's a bunch of themes around it. Guess what? Cooler has been working with NASA. They have a big track record. It's not the biggest company in the world. I'm not saying this is going to a trillion, but this is easily a multi-billion-dollar small cap company, right? And right now it's at and we touch upon a lot of stocks, so I don't memorize every little detail, but this is what is the market cap? We're looking at 225 million. This is an easy 10x from today. Okay. So, it went up 450%, then it went up 1,000%. So finally, I'm not saying, right now we're moving up, but when we use our momentum indicators, we're not looking at the daily chart. That's too much noise. Look on our weekly chart. Okay. We're getting a double momentum crossover. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is if we go back to December or February of 2024, you had a bullish divergence happen here. This is, you're buying into weakness, right? There's no way to do this unless you're getting a rate cut. What happened in February? Something happened. I don't remember macro wise. The macro told us buy. It's time to buy, right? So you get a crossover here on the RSI coming out of oversold territory. So momentum is up from there. At the same time, you have a MACD crossover that happened, earlier, which usually doesn't happen earlier, but it happened earlier because it'd been getting crushed so bad. So you get a double crossover here. You also have the EMAs starting to pick. Oh, I don't have the double EMA on here. Damn it. Hold on. I definitely want you guys to see this. Let me get this on here. Do we have them both? This is our 24. Nah, this needs to be this is our 9 EMA, 9-day EMA, well, 9-week EMA. And we're going to make that red. Okay. You want to see it cross the blue, but what's our blue at? Is this at 21? Yeah, it is. Okay, great. So we had a crossover also. That crossover took a while. So it probably wasn't the best. All you know is once it crosses over 3 crosses, right? MACD crossover, RSI crossover, and then you get the EMA's crossover. And from this point, you went from 250 to like 3. It tripled, right? The next move happened again. You had the RSI. It didn't come all the way down, but it crossed right back over weekly chart. Okay, let's see if we can see the MACD. MACD crosses over September 2024, which is what, a year ago? So you had the crossover about a year ago. And what did you get? Oh man, you guys wouldn't even believe. I got shooken out here. I got shooken out around $2 and I think it blew. Oh no, I got shooken out right here. Right here, right? I messed up. $3 I was in right here. We got the pump and then it came down, hit my stop. I got out around 250, 240. I got stopped out. I think it had to have been below the previous candle, so like 270. And then it pumps from there, what, another 500%? No, 1,000. My bad. I did a 10x from 3 to 45. I did a 10x. I got smacked. Well, guess what? This could be a big trade for you guys. Make sure you have a stop. As soon as you're ready, make sure you have a damn stop. Don't play around. Don't be stupid. Don't don't get too excited. Have a stop. This is a simple stop under $4. Okay. Your stop is under 4. So don't size up too big. You can do a double stop. You can do a stop under like 5, then another one, under 4. So half size out, so you don't get absolutely wrecked. But we're getting the signal again. Okay. This MACD cross is happening now. Look at this. Look at it. It's very tiny, but you're getting the MACD weekly cross. A lot of momentum. RSI crossing over. A lot of momentum. Okay. At the same time, these haven't crossed. I'm not even going to mess with these EMAs right now because I think they're better on the daily. But check out the trend break. Okay. Take this off. Check out the trend break on this one. Okay. We're getting a break of trend. A lot of support down here. Break of trend. Double momentum, starting to pick up. We're still early. It's not too late to enter, by the way. You're going to get a pullback at some point. Now let's go to the daily. Now we go to the daily chart because we know we're getting momentum. You're getting 3, what is this? Reversal candle. So double check, double bottom, right? We might as well just talk this one out for some of you newbies. Okay. Double bottom. Can I double this up? I need to be quicker on here. I know. Double bottom. And then you get 3 white soldiers. Boom, boom, boom. That's very bullish. 3 white soldiers is a continuation bullish pattern. It's not over yet. We're just starting to get, we're starting to explode here. We're starting to move higher. Why? Because you have support here too. Not support. You have a level between 5. Just call it 5, right? So you better be praying for this pullback support on 5. If you get that, and it holds 5, boom, you're long. You're long. That's how simple it is. You're long. And your stop is tight. Keep your stop at like 475-ish, 474. You don't want to be too crazy. You can always get back in. Don't be stupid. Okay. So Cooler, what is the opportunity here? Now, out of all these battery technologies we've been trading that we've been long, Cooler has a lot of upside. And I'm sure there's a better one out there, but Cooler has a lot of upside. So let's go ahead and do a fib on this. Okay, we're looking at a short-term pump to around $17 from here. That's a good triple. And if they follow through, if they execute, if we get lucky, then you're looking at something like 100. And because I think this can really 10x. Let me see, where are we at? If we do a 10x, I don't want to be stupid. We're looking at $50. Okay, that's a 2 billion market cap, 2.5 billion. Can we get to 5 billion? Right? Can we get to 5 billion? If we get to 5 billion, dang, that's a big fib. $192 a share. That's a bit. I'm not going to, no, that's unrealistic. I'm not going there. Okay. I'm not going there. That's too much. Let me look for a realistic price target here. Okay. Let's do a realistic price target here. Let's go from, oops. I mean, I hope it goes that high, but I'm not betting on that. That's kind of foolish. Okay, let's go ahead and just do this max fib. Let's look at 100. 100. So we can go to 50. That's a 10x, 49, 42. And then you're looking for a move to 60 and then possibly 90, 93. Man, this has a lot of potential. Has a lot of potential. I don't even know. Just go back to all-time highs. For sure, I think we hit all-time highs again, right? Especially with what? Keep this in mind. You get a rate cut. We already have a rate cut, so there's more financing. This is the financial cycle. Okay. I want to do a live stream on this, but the financial cycle is stronger than ever right now. Rate cuts, liquidity, capital. Dude, this is the most bullish backdrop I've ever seen in markets. Not that I've been in markets for 1,000 years, but I've done a lot of research. This is one of the most bullish setups I've ever seen for small cap, not super AI, but themes, right? Small cap themes, who need, and I say small caps because they move the most, right? You're not going to get a 10x on Nvidia over the next 2 years. It's not going to happen. You might get a triple or a double. That's still a lot, right? Small cap themes. And I'm not saying these are great businesses to even invest in. I'll show you the ones I'm investing in, but to trade them, amazing trades, especially with options, right? Lower your risk. I'm looking at 2027 calls for this one. All right, let's move to the next one. So our first theme, let's go ahead and conclude energy storage technologies. And these are battery technologies. These are technologies that need to sustain the grid. And really, you can look into it a little deeper, but they're battery technologies. I'm not going too deep into them. I'm looking at too many charts right now. Let's go to power generation. These ones are a little more overheated. You guys are already familiar with them, right? Let's go ahead and start with Oklo. This is the biggest, monster in the market right now. It's a nuclear power. Let's go with the nuclear powers first. We'll start with the weekly chart. Oklo has surprised me. Back here, I had bought, I believe it was here. Yeah, it was on this pullback. I had bought $90 call options 2027. And boy, did I sell out early. I sold out at 55 or 60. I mean, still made some good bread, but look at 135. Are you kidding me? This is stronger than I thought, but I'm not chasing it. I'm waiting for it to come back down. Okay. So let's be realistic. It's not you don't do a fib from the lows. It's not coming back down to 19. Let's do a fib from the previous low. Is this realistic? Down to 40? Very possible. That would take the market cap from, what are we at? 18 billion. It's already a large cap. Holy smokes. 18 billion to about 5 billion. I don't even think that's realistic. I think if it does come down, we can come down about 75 right now, right? Unless you get a market crash. If you have a real negative theme, yeah, we can come down. But you got to keep in mind, it's not going to be inflation that takes us lower because it is the inflation, right? But it doesn't have any cash flow. So I think it gets ripped. It's only a matter of time. I don't know when it happens. Oklo is one of them. Okay, who looks better? Who's a better price point? SMR. Look at this beautiful trend. Had SMR shares at like 14, 15. Still holding a couple of them. Sold too much. I sold too quick. I just had to be cautious, right? I'm a trader. Do I invest? Yes, I invest cycles. I don't invest never, buy and hold forever. Things change. Businesses fail. They get disrupted. So look at this beautiful trend. If SMR can consolidate and come back to the 30s, you want to buy this. Okay. Not financial advice. You want to buy this. If it gets back to 30, we hit 35 and I didn't pull the trigger because I have a feeling we're gonna get a nasty rip lower pretty soon for this theme, right? Not all themes. So this is going to be a nasty move higher, right? Small modular reactors, nuclear power generation technology might have one of the most explosive. I mean, just think about how big oil is. Big oil is trillions of dollars. We're talking, I don't even know. I'd have to ask questions. How many trillions of dollars does big oil make a year? Does somebody want to do that calculation and then throw it on the chat? Where's my AI at? Let me ask Perplexity. I'll come back to finance. Right. So they're stealing the revenues of these company or of the sector is going to be big. So we're looking at, okay, Saudi Aramco per year 510 billion, ExxonMobil 400 billion, Shell 284 billion, Chevron 193 billion, BP. So at least a trillion, about 1.3, almost 2 trillion in revenue per year, right? Just take 1% of 2 trillion. What is that? 200 billion? 20 billion, right? These companies aren't even earning money. So SMR, right? Oklo, they can really rip. Now back to a technical, I'm getting too excited here. Sorry, because we're getting off topic. My point is nuclear stocks can really rip, but are they at the best price point right now? No, look at our momentum. Okay. On the weekly, halfway mark is okay, but I want more consolidation. This can consolidate a little longer. Let's look at our daily. But SMR looks better than Oklo. Don't go chasing Oklo. SMR looks better. Maybe it is ready. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it rips and I miss it again over what, 47.50, right? Maybe, but I'm waiting for that, that retracement for these nuke stocks, right? And they don't make any money yet. That's why I'm worried. They don't make any money. Okay. IRIN. Now, IRIN is up way too much. This is a complete monster. And I have a stock that I think does similar to this. It's up 900, almost a 10x from April lows. Okay. From the April low. What does this do? Well, it was a Bitcoin miner. transitioned into this one transitioned from Bitcoin mining into compute for AI data centers, right? So they power, they power AI, they power Bitcoin mining, whatever. Now they cover Texas, so this one has a huge moat, but technically you don't want to chase this. You do not want to chase this on a technical basis. Look at the RSI, it's at 83 in the monthly chart. A lot of people are going to be looking to short it. People who own it say, don't short it, you're going to get crushed. It's at a 90 RSI. It will come down. Okay. I don't know where it comes down to, but what I want to focus on is its copycat twin. Here's the stock, Wolf, Terra Wolf. Same thing. Now, I don't like the momentum on it because, it's overbought. It's not a great, it's not a great, it's a great long chart, but it's not a great trend. RSI is at 80. It's just, can it explode? Sure, but I don't like this risk reward, right? It's shitty. It's a shitty risk reward. It looks like Xometry. Look at Xometry finally getting us a little buy here. Xometry did the same thing. You see how it just climbs? Let's go to the 4-hour chart so you can see how it just climbs up like this. I'll give you a couple examples. I watch a lot of charts. Look at this climb. That's a bearish signal. Now we're getting the retracement. Xometry is now able to be bought up, but it needs the ISM to pick up. We're not going to switch to Xometry, but it needs the ISM to pick up. ISM was at 51 today, or 49. It's not there yet. We need manufacturing to rip higher, which I think happens in November, and then Xometry is going to start pricing that in, right? So back to Wolf, Terra Wolf, some context, same thing, right? We need to pull back into this anchored VWAP, right? This is our volume weighted average from the gap up. What is that gap up? That is Google basically putting a bid in Terra Wolf. Check this out. Go look it up yourself. Google is the largest shareholder of TeraWolf. Why? Because TeraWolf has a huge facility that is now supporting Fluid Stack, which is a part of Google's data, blah, blah, blah. Go look it up. There's too much crap. I wrote a blog post about it a little bit. They're bidding in TeraWolf. They're saying, look, we're going to make sure you succeed in building out this capacity to power our data centers. So I just call this a Google back play. Okay. I hope it comes back down to 10, right? That's also a psychological level. There's so many things in this: rate cuts, power generation, IREN, copycat, Google supports it, back to the $10 level. This is a huge trade, but I'm waiting for it to come back to 10, right? I'm in it right now, but I'm not getting heavy. The risk reward is not great. Okay. Another example of this, look at Tempest AI. It did this before also. Tempest AI. This is just going back in time. Let me get rid of a lot of this stuff. Okay. So we saw the same thing here on Tempest. Where are we at? Where did it do it at? Okay. Gap up. Here we go. So it had a gap up way back in the day. Okay. And it doesn't look, I guess you can't see it as good, but it gapped up and it started to climb. It started to climb like this. I guess this isn't the best example, but you see that little ups, that's bearish. Once you get the, the flip lower, let's go ahead and put the anchored view up so I can show you. Damn it. Am I that slow? Literally forget where the buttons are at. Anchor view up. Okay. So here's the gap up, right? You wanted it to come back. I didn't like this. And then it came back in, capitulated lower, 48, and then it went higher. Now where is it at? Capitulated 8. Now it's at, it doubled. Anyways, let's go back to power generation. TeraWolf is what I'm signaling, but it's not ready yet. I'm waiting for this to come back. Okay. Momentum is okay. Let's go to the monthly. The monthly looks better. Remember, I'm looking at 2027 calls here because I think the bulk of the bull market hasn't even started. I know everybody's like, oh, it's oversold. We're overbought. Yes, we're going to get pullbacks. We're going to get pullbacks in this bull market. These are small caps. They have a lot of room to run. You think we're in a bubble? Sure, at the beginning stages. We're in innings number 3, number 4. We have a long way to go. All right. So TeraWolf is about to rip. Just stay tuned, right? Look at this RSI on the monthly. It's starting to pick up. So I hope it comes down a little bit before we start to rip higher. Let's go to the next stock. I see the comment. What up? Sorry, I cannot understand what you're saying there. I'll just throw it on the chat, right? No clue anybody want to interpret that. I'm not sure what this person is saying. All right. Try to use AI or something to interpret it better. All right. So Oklo, SMR, ENPH. Look, I'm still waiting for this. I wanted to give up on the trade today. I was like, these are solar panels. It's going to be big. Here's the thesis for this. It's not ready yet. But China is the biggest producer of solar panels. They're also the biggest producer of drones, which is going to be our key stock for today that I'm pointing out, one of these drone stocks. Okay, so ENPH, they ripped. Listen, I was in this stock. I have a friend who literally bought this. I traded this back in 2018 when it was at 70 cents. Way back here, dude. I remember this, and it ripped. I traded it. I thought I was bad. I thought I knew what I was doing. I traded it from 90 cents to like $1.50. And then I got out and I was like, oh man, that was a nice play. And then little did I know this thing would go from $1 to 300, right? My friend would have been a millionaire. Shout out to Travis. He's probably not listening, but he messed up. So my point is ENPH has a lot of potential because of the solar generation, right? You're able to, take the sun's energy. Whoever figures this out first, storing the sun's energy, it's basically game over. It's game over. So capital intensive business, they lose a lot of money. Now we're getting what? Rate cuts. That's why we're focused on small cap power generation infrastructure for AI, because the amount of potential is absolutely insane, whoever wins here. Anyways, this is going to be a nasty one. I would just go 2027 leap calls, not financial advice. But do you want to buy shares? Sure, maybe, but you're going to, use less capital buying leap calls. Okay, go way far out. It's probably going to trade into the hundreds when it finally does start to break out. We're getting a little bit of bullish divergence, right? So if you're new to that, what does that mean? It means, let's see if I can, I'll see if I could point this out, because this is going to be good. The bullish divergence is still trying to, that doesn't look good. Still trying to form here. So what it is you have the RSI, the buying pressure, picking up over time. So from November 2023, that was the strongest selling of the entire stock. And that selling pressure has been rising on an average basis. It's been rising while the stock is going down. So eventually that's going to be a snapback rally, which I think ENPH or Enphase could have one of the biggest rallies in the entire market. We're just not at the point where you want to go all in. You don't want to get heavy, right? It just hasn't happened yet. And it's trying to. Look at this RSI. It's trying to support this previous, right? We're going to get 2 more rate cuts. I think it happens in November. I think you got to look at November. Why? Because mutual funds, this is a tax loss harvesting. There's a lot of mutual funds who got burned. And over time, they're going to have to buy back the stock. You're right? They're going to tax loss harvest it, lower their tax basis, right? And or their tax losses, lower their taxable. Let's just say they're going to do better. They're going to make more money on it. And then they're going to buy this back. And that's going to happen at October 31st, right? Doesn't mean that's the day it pops off. It means somewhere 5 to 10 days before and after, watch this Enphase absolutely explode. Oh, you said, okay, here we go. Let me just make it clear here. Which asset is the next in Xness? Not sure what you mean there. Do a trade. Yeah, I'm not live trading. I'm pointing out signals right now. The market is actually closed. I do not do live trading. So you'd have to go to the Discord to see our picks on that, but I'm not doing live. I'm not a day trader. These are swing trades, so they're going to take time. Daharut, but thank you for the participation. All right, so Enphase, keep a look on it, right? We're not there yet. This one we're not looking at. Vistra, too big. These are big caps. We're looking at small caps right now. Check this one out. Nano nuclear. Our market cap here is 1.85 billion. This, I'm telling you guys, pay attention. The momentum is starting to pick up. Look at our MACD. Okay, MACD's crossing over, starting to pick up on the RSI. It's not the most beautiful technicals, but I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a nasty. This could look like a lot like Oklo. Okay, so I believe in what this does. Let's go ahead and do a. I think it goes to 100. We're at what, 40, 47, 46. We're in the 40s, right? I think it can move to 100 easy, right? And I also think it can move to the 200s at the, nearing the end of next year. Just got included in one of these indexes. So it's included in an index. They're going to start creating more revenues. I think they're a little more advanced than other company. So this is something you might actually want to hold for about 5 years. When it breaks 4750, this thing can fly. This is nuclear components, nuclear power generation, nuclear technology. You want to hold this. Okay. All right. So there's our plays. My favorite plays right now, TeraWolf, but it's not ready yet. Nano nuclear is ready any day now. And then SMR looks better. Okay, looks better than Oklo. So those are my top 3 for power generation. Let's go ahead and move to let's go to robotics, because crypto I could talk about all day. Robotics is something we have not covered yet. Okay. And let's start with these. These are drone technologies, right? I pointed this out in my newsletter in August. I said, look, Kratos, you're going to want to buy some of these for the long portfolio. Look at this. Look at the damn chart. Oh, let's take this off. Sorry. Look at the damn chart from the breakout zone. I mean, the thesis here is drones are the next, defense mechanism for everybody. China is producing drones. Every major country is producing drones. There's what do you want to call it? There's a race, right? There's a nuclear race and there's a drone race. There's a race for all these technologies. Things up 180% from July. That's insane, from the summertime. So what's the market cap here? It's already a big cap. I'm not chasing this. I wouldn't chase it. 16 billion. It's gone up a lot. Kratos is one of those big stocks, right? Next, you have Aero Vermont. What is it? How do you call Aero Vironima? I don't even know how to say it, bro. I can't say it right now. Anyways, this thing broke out of the trend. Goodness sake. Like, when it breaks a trend, that tells you there's a lot of momentum here. The buyers don't even care. They're buying the hell out of this. This is great. This is an amazing breakout. Listen, we missed them. They're not here. Like, these are not ready for us. I'm pointing these out to say, I have one right here, RCAT, right? Red Cat Holdings. It's a small cap. This is what you want to keep your eye on. It's very volatile, high risk trade, but it's pretty simple. You're looking at the break above $15. Okay. The break of 15, that's what you're waiting for. It looks a lot like Nano nuclear, but the break above 15, this thing is gonzo. Okay. They're I mean, I want you to go do your research. I'm just pointing it out. There's too many stocks for a lot of you to go through ripping through charts. I'm ripping through the charts for you. This is a small cap cyclical. Here's your opportunity, but do the research yourself, because I'm not going to convince you that this is a great fundamental company. These are small caps, but guess what? They have a defense. This is a drone technology. They have a defense contract with the US. Let me throw it in here real quick so you can kind of understand. Let's do a little bit of RCAT, because I like this one. We haven't talked about drone stocks yet. Okay, so RCAT. Come on, what are you doing? No, RCAT. There we go. So let's throw this up here. RCAT. I'm going to keep the chart up. So RCAT is Red Cat Holdings closed a public offering that raised approximately 172 million, exceeding its initial 150. So they debased the stock a little bit. Let's see if we can see that public offering pop up, or in other terms, market dilution. Yeah, they diluted it. Okay. So they did dilute it, which is cool. Whatever. See the dilution, see how it's breaking all-time highs. There's actually more buying, but the price hasn't moved because they diluted it. They added more stock. So this is actually ripping, but it's barely at 1.7 billion, right? That's not a big deal. These are pebbles, right? It's ripping, but you're not late, right? You're not late. I'm going to keep the market cap up there. So the break above 15 is going to bring out a lot of, a lot of buyers. Red Cat drone technology. This is a strong theme because it's robotics. It's AI somewhat, strong technical pattern, and it's defense, right? The Ukraine-Russian war, Israel, whatever. There needs to be, I'm not the best speaker on this stuff. I don't study it, but geopolitical hotspots are only going to accelerate, and you want drones to be out there, right? You're not causing war. We're not talking about war. We're talking about monitoring. There's going to be a lot of drones monitoring, ready to strike. So Red Cat Holdings still early. And if you're not familiar with this kind of setup, this is a monster parabolic type move, right? Not move, but setup, right? The pattern is a parabolic setup. It's been consolidating now for over a year, going into a year, and this thing's going to blow off top. So stock jump. Drone manufacturer announced a collaboration with Safe Pro Group to integrate AI-powered image analysis technology into its Black Widow platform. The partnership enables real-time explosive threat detection capabilities, addressing critical needs for military, blah, 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 right? So yeah, you want to keep your eye on this. Now, the stock that I wanted to point out, they're actually using this stock. We're just going to go into it. This is the meat. No, we're not going to show it yet. We're not going to show it yet. I'm going to show it later. All right, let's go to Symbotic. Symbotic is a great technical breakout. I'm teasing. Yeah, I'm teasing because I want to talk about that last. Symbotic is about to break out again. This is Symbotic is inventory AI robotics. Okay. Walmart, Target, they're using this, putting in their inventories. They're huge facilities and they're full of robots automating inventory process. You don't need workers. It's robotics. The next major theme in the market, other than crypto, AI, it's going to be robots. Who can build the best robots, automate these robots, basically replacing the labor force of humans. Robotics are probably the biggest total addressable market of any technology in the entire market. So we're still early to it. Tesla's going to explode, right? Tesla probably has top 3 best software and probably going to have the best hardware and be able to scale it. But a lot of these small cap companies can move. So this is a trade to me. Symbotic, can they be disrupted? Possibly, but they're starting to integrate themselves. And they're starting to scale. So we'll see what they say on the earnings, but technically, this thing is ready to explode. Okay, it's ready to go into wave 2 acceleration when it comes to momentum. Keep your eye on Symbotic over 65. I wish I would have caught it down here about 50. I kind of missed it. I'm waiting. I'm just gonna wait. I'm probably gonna get a small trade on it. I don't know. There's a lot of good plays out there, but remember, this is not a small cap. Keep in mind, 37 billion. It's a lot like ASTS, where they're already starting to move into that large cap domination category. You just wait for a nasty pullback. Okay, could be a good trade though. What up, Tanner? Oh yeah. Let me know what you know about PDYN. Yes, I am going to talk about PDYN. That's actually the secret stock right there. We're going to go over it, and okay, I'll finish robotics. I'll go over it. We'll go through these other ones quick. I'll wait for you to finish robotics. Just came curious if you were true alt season. Any analysis on Solana would be appreciated. 100%. I got you. We'll go over that. Let's just finish up the robotics. Look at Serve Robotics. This is a small cap. This one's been pissing me the hell off. I'm just going to wait. It's been pissing me off. It's starting to climb now. It looks better on the daily chart. Okay. And I haven't really done more research on it because I thought it'll break out. So it tried to break out here, came back down. Now it looks good, but I don't like to chase. It should have kept the breakout. It's trending higher. I'm sure it moves to 20 quickly. Is it the best risk reward? Nah, it's not. You don't want to have everything, right? You can't chase it all. You can't have it all. This is not Pokemon, right? We're not catching them all. We're catching rare Pokemon here. We don't want to be catching every damn Pokemon. For some of you nerds out there, anime nerds, whatever. Is it anime? I don't even know. But it does look good. Okay. It's just there's a lot of selling up here. Who knows? This thing, whatever. Okay. Now, the one I missed was Rich Robotics. This thing was beautiful. I freaking missed it. Okay, I missed it, but that's okay. It's still a small cap stock. This one's it's not even $1 billion yet. So, boy, did it rip. Goodness, what a beautiful chart. That's what you want to see. A nice little wedge triangle and then just start to accelerate. Where's the entry point? Let's do a little entry point on this so you kind of know how I would look at it. So first you break the triangle. Okay, very explosive. Some people are chasing it. This would be a good entry, about 250. Boom. But guess what? It came all the way down and probably stopped you out. So these are tough to trade. But all you do is say, okay, you know what? Where's multiple points of resistance out of that triangle? Okay. Previous levels, $3. $3 a whole number. So I want to just say, you know what? It's hard. It's very volatile. Where's the whole number? I want to see it support that whole number. Gets below, goes back down to 250. If you're a good trader, you could probably enter at 250, shook some people out. Good entry here, but we're not all pros. Once it gets back above 3, which is about a 50% retracement, right? Actually, no, that's not a good one to use. 50% retracement from that previous high to the low. Once you get above that, can we see that? Are we able to see this? That's where you want to enter. You're right. It gets stuck at 3, comes down 281, boom, boom, blows past it, gets above it, holds 3. Now you're back in, right? Now you'd be up what? You'd be up 100%. So this thing is trending higher. Keep your eye on it. What do they do? I'm not a big fan of these themes. I don't think they're the best themes. I think people are chasing them. Manufacturer sells robots to restaurants, hotels, senior living centers, casinos, factories. These will be big, but the competition is huge. I'd rather trade them. I'm not looking to own it. Okay. Next robot. Okay, let's just go ahead and talk about it. Okay. This is Palladian. Paledian AI. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I saw it last night. $10 stock, great technicals. And then something told me, wait a minute. When I see charts that look like this, they just rip. Something's up here. Something's exciting about this. So what this is this is a software company. Okay, this is a software company who used to be I'm going to talk about this more probably in a post, but they used to be Lockheed Martin. So this guy created this company. They create robots for different rides, right? At theme parks. They're super good at robotics. They had a different name. I can't remember everything. I just did the research today. And they basically helped the military. Lockheed Martin bought them up. And then somebody privately said, you know what, let's buy the business from Lockheed Martin. Was it Lockheed Martin? It was somebody, General Dynamics. So they're in the defense sector, right? This is why I like it. It's in the defense sector. They have, they have resources that other companies just don't have. Look at this gigantic pattern, right? On top of that, I'm going to get to it. It's called, they turned it from physical robots into, let me just read it to you, okay? Because I'm still trying to understand the theme. The key theme here is, okay, let's go ahead. So Palladium engages in the design, development, and manufacture of industrial robotic systems, okay, systems that augment human performance by combining human intelligence, instinct, and judgment with strength, endurance, and precision of machines to enhance employee safety and productivity. Its products has 2 products, Palladium IQ and Palladium Pilot. The company was founded by Fraser. Okay, we don't care. The whole point is this is edge AI. So instead of using all the cloud computing, it takes too long. There's a lag to, you're putting AI into devices like drones, right? Drones is one of them, airplanes, aircraft, cell phones. So instead of communicating with cloud, which takes too long, especially for factories, you can't just do these big feedback loops all the way to the satellites, all the way to the cloud. You actually insert the system into the device. So it's called Edge AI. Look into it more. I'm not the best at explaining it, but my brother has told me about this before and it's new. Palantir is actually trying to do this also. So they will be competing somewhat with Palantir. Here's the kicker, why I say 100x, right? That's going to get everybody's opportunity, everybody's attention. It's a 400 million market cap. It is tiny. So this is a micro cap. And I think it can become a large cap company over the next 5 to 10 years if they execute. I'm not sure about that yet. Okay. I'm really not. Can they be a small cap? Yes. Can they 10x from here? Easily, right? They can be a 4 billion market cap, especially with all these rate cuts, drone acceleration. Edge AI is something new. There's other leaders in it. I'm doing comparisons. I'm doing the research. Go subscribe to the newsletter, by the way, so you can get that research. And I think this could be 100x though. It's in the category. Is it there? Do I know? No, I don't. But I think it could be 100x. Edge AI, technology. The dude's been in the military for 40 years. He left and came back twice to run this company because he said they're not doing it right. There's a lot here, but this is the ticker. Okay, maybe get 100 shares, just throw in about 1,000, right? Not financial advice. It's at 10. I think it's going to rip regardless. I think it rips higher regardless. The question is it something you want to hold for a while? They have 2028 leap calls. I wish they were further out. They only go to 15, which sucks. I want to see these leap calls at like 50 or 100. I would have bought a lot more. Okay, so just look up what is Edge AI. What is the use case? How big could it be? We're talking about every single robot receiving software, right? So they do software subscriptions. So you basically pay $35,000 annually to subscribe to this. Or it might be a one-time fee. I'm not sure. I still got to look into it, but they can make money. They can make money, and it sounds good so far. I still got to do some more research on it, like I said. And they're basically you're adopting edge AI, which is AI at the edge instead of through cloud, and that makes things faster, cheaper, way faster. And it's a big idea. It's a big idea, right? I need more time to understand the bigger idea, the big idea it is. But I've been, it looks great. So I think this can do 100x. Okay. I'm not saying it does. Don't quote me on that. I think it does a 10x. That's easy from here. Okay. A 10x is, back to all-time highs to 100. I think it can move to 100. It can do a 10x over the next year. The question is, can we do a 10x? I'm sorry, 100x over the next 5 to 10 years? Because it's a 400. That would take us to a $40 billion company. What are some $40 billion companies? Well, all the damn defense contractors are 40 billion. Okay. Could this compete against Palantir, who is a 400 billion? That would be 1,000x if it gets the size of Palantir. Okay. So I'm really going to be focused on this thing. I think it can really move Palladian AI. Hey, maybe I come back next week and I'm like, sorry guys, not 100x, but it can do a 10x. That's all it is. I don't know. We're going to move on. Okay. Hold on. Let me measure that one more time. Let's see the market cap manipulation. Okay. Wow. So this was at one point a $1.8 billion market cap. Right now it's sitting at 400. So if it just goes back to where it was, and this is a very early 2021, we're looking at an 8x, right? Just to back now, I think it goes higher than that. Let's just do our max. If we do our max, we're looking at 2.618. There's no way. There's no way, bro. There's no way. Let me take this off. I don't even think you can use this at this point. A $1,000 stock. I'm not going to use this. This thing, this is not. It's too small. It's too small to use this right now. Right, all the way from the highs. Let's just measure the recent wedge pattern. 200. Can it move to 200? Fibonacci says it moves back to 40. Can it move to 200? I think that's more realistic. Somewhere between 40, 100, and $200 a share, and it's at 10. That's still a big move. That's a big move, right? We're getting multiple rate cuts, fiscal liquidity, defense arbitrage, edge AI. This can go into every robot, by the way. So any physical robot, including Tesla, could buy this company up or will be subscribing to their edge AI software. That's the idea. I don't know how legit it is. I don't know if they're the best. I only do monopolies. All right. So that's the stock right there. I'll be looking more into it. So those are robots. Now let's go ahead and move to crypto. We're talking about alt season here. Okay. Now we're going to jump into the financial cycle, kind of what we're seeing here. Why is the Wi-Fi so bad, dude? Come on. I'm plugged in. So let's move to crypto. We'll go to crypto stocks first. BM&R looks amazing. This is a play on ETH. Okay. If you don't see what's happening here, then not that you're blind, you're early. You're still early. The great thing is about this technical setup, yes, you're not going to get the market cap squeeze, but as soon as Ethereum breaks to all-time highs, which I think comes in November, BM&R should run to about 100. And then we'll see if we really get that blow off top with more liquidity. If Ethereum can run to 10, 12,000, which I think it can do, we're looking at BM&R running to $200. Okay. So just keep your eye on BM&R. Right now, the market cap is already at, there's no way. Is it already up there at 16 billion? It's actually making new all-time highs every week, but they're still diluting it, which is something I don't like. A lot of people don't like that, but they have a lot of backing. They have a lot of billionaires waiting for this, right? So BM&R, whatever. Okay, Circle started to break out. Okay, we're doing stocks first, then we'll go to alts. Circle starting to break out. Oops. Is it totally in the clear yet? Maybe not. Maybe not. Visa's starting to compete also with stable coins, so we'll see if it breaks out of this trend. Okay, looks good though. Very good setup though for Circle. Very good setup. I mean, you're starting to get a pickup in momentum, starting to cross the halfway point. MACD's picking up. Bollinger Bands at the top, so it's ready to move. We're getting the EMA crossover. Yes, we do. We got the EMA, the short EMA, the 9-day crossing the 21. Happened recently, got hit here, got rejected here. So I think Circle's ready to trade back up. This thing was a monster. Can it go back to all-time highs at 300? Maybe. Can it double from here? Maybe. Market cap is 33 billion. Can it move to 70 billion? Sure. There's too much money in the market. All right, next stock. Coinbase. I'm telling you guys right now, really quick, crypto has the best setup going into the end of the year, right? That's solid because we get the Clarity Act coming in pretty soon. I thought it was going to be September 30th. Didn't happen. Okay. The Clarity Act basically makes it legal for all banks and institutions to get balls deep into crypto. It's game over. The Clarity Act's the last. Maybe it takes longer, but dude, I'm telling you guys, crypto with all this money, crypto's going to be a nasty move. It's just that AI has taken over, which well should be because it's the biggest total addressable market in history. But crypto's theme is coming. We haven't seen nothing yet. You guys haven't seen nothing yet. So Coinbase getting ready to break. How far does it go? What are we looking at? 100 billion market cap, somewhere around. Yeah, it's about 100 billion. It's up there with MicroStrategy, although I think MicroStrategy has a better setup at this point. I think Coinbase can move to $1,000 this cycle. I think it goes to 1,000. Okay, it's a great setup. It's going to break all-time highs. Looks like Robinhood. Okay, let's go to Bullish. This one's fairly new. What do? They do blockchain services, crypto services. They manage digital assets, offer information services. I don't even know what they really do, to be honest with you. I know Kathy Wood's buying it. All I do know is I see this reverse head and shoulders. Okay. Very bullish. So there's a lot of good plays out here. This might be probably the most bullish market I've ever seen. There's a play in all these sectors. It's just crazy. Don't chase everything. Make sure you have conviction. Okay. Here's your head and shoulders, right? The break above, I could say 70 to make it clear, 75, somewhere between 70 and 75. This thing is gone. Okay. So Bullish looks great. That's a good setup. That's a good setup. Forget what they do. Who cares? You're getting the Clarity Act. You're getting the most bullish fiscal policies, White House of all time when it comes to an industry that's fairly new. So you have to be long crypto going into the end of the year. And this isn't even about ChainLink. You guys all know, if you've paid attention here, by the way, we said ChainLink, got it on our tweet. The low should be 19 to 20, and that's what we hit. Could it go lower? Sure. Right. But 1920 is what we called if you were paying attention. Now we're holding anchored VWAP from the previous low. This is my biggest bet in all markets right here. This is the biggest bet I have. I have more conviction on this than Tesla, than anything else. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a lot of conviction in Tesla, but in terms of risk reward, ChainLink has the best risk reward in crypto. It's better than XRP. I'm sorry you guys like Solana. I know Solana's great. It is not better than ChainLink. And we can debate that, right? You don't have to agree. We don't have to agree. This is just what I'm telling you. My opinion is I believe this has the biggest upside of any other crypto, bigger than Ethereum and bigger than Bitcoin. More upside, right? I'm not saying it's bigger market cap, more upside. Could be bigger market cap because you'll see. But price is what counts. The price has not performed yet. So I understand if you're disappointed, but that's a very bullish pattern right there. Okay, so I'm very bullish on that. Let's go ahead and switch to crypto. We went over some of the stocks. Oh, I'm sorry. MicroStrategy, guys, I made in the paid newsletter, I'm talking about how I'm trading this. Okay, if you want those signals, I'm not trying to pitch you to go buy it, but if you want to see my live signals, like how I'm entering and exiting, my recommendations or my coaching, not recommendations of a stock, but how I'm trading this. This is one of the top picks that I have right now. MicroStrategy over 360. Okay, over 360. And again, it's no secret, but I think it can move to 800. Okay, buying the shares, great. Okay, look at the reset on the RSI. The RSI reset, you never know. This one's tricky. You're starting to get the lift on the MACD. Okay, this looks really juicy. Remember, they just made $27 billion in revenue as far as mark to market holding Bitcoin gains. Now they have the new tax IRS laws help them to make more money. That's all you got to know. They're making more money on the weekly chart. They're coming into, we have to get past this anchored VWAP. On the weekly chart, the momentum hit the halfway mark. Look at the last low was when RSI came all the way. The last low was the super sell off in April, right? The whole world was going to crap. And it came right below the halfway mark for the RSI. We came to about a 50. No, I'm sorry, 40. We got even lower than that today. MACD is trying to base out. Okay, it's trying to put in a base. So I think the lows are in. I think that was the low. Look at that big candle. That was the low, 292. I wish I would have got long earlier. But my whole point is once we get over 360, the option trade in this stock have more upside than any other stock. Not another stock in the market has more debit spread options potential than MicroStrategy. I'm talking about you can make 100x return on some of these options. You just have to be way out and you really have to believe in the narrative. You don't have to wait for it to do that, right? Debit spreads. We're not going into debit spreads today. But let's just say if you buy 20 January or December, let's say December, right? Give it 2 months. If you buy December 800 call options, debit spread. So you sell a call and then you buy a call right below it. So you peak your gains at 800. As long as it closes above 800 or somewhere around there, 770, you can make damn near 100x return, right? Some of them are 50x returns, 10x. Oh, that's simple. Big returns on MicroStrategy stock. Okay. It just takes a long time. It did such a ridiculous move last year in November. That's where it peaked. We're headed into what? November. This thing is going to roar. This thing is going to roar. It could be the biggest stock in the market in 5 to 10 years just because of the narrative. People are losing the narrative of MicroStrategy. That's totally fine. But the stock is, and I was wrong about it. I thought it broke out here. I thought we were gone. Didn't happen. We came right back down. Even more consolidation. This thing is going to rip, guys. This is going to rip. The crypto thesis is just getting started. Where are we at with BTC? Okay, we're going to switch to altcoins. Bitcoin is trying to get above new all-time highs. Not there yet. Looks like it might get stuck. We'll see. If it rips this weekend because of the Clarity Act, right, which they're trying to pass in Congress right now, if they pass it, then, crypto bull market is back. I think Bitcoin's headed for 150 first and then maybe stops a little bit, breathes, grabs a little couple sandwiches, gets some coffee, boom, moves right back to 200K. So Bitcoin's headed for 200,000 in my view, right? It's in this long-term thing. I think Bitcoin looks great, but the derivatives of Bitcoin look even better. So it is altcoin season, and I don't chase altcoins. Let's go ahead and move to our crypto basket. Let's do some analysis on that. Damn, we're already in an hour. Okay, that's fine. So we Foot Model wanted to look at Solana. Before we look at Solana, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. What's it looking like? Okay, so Bitcoin dominance is picked up a little bit. I actually hope we get a little bit of Bitcoin dominance over the next month before we hit altcoins. It looks like altcoin season is coming in November with the Clarity Act. Okay. So Bitcoin dominance looks like whatever. Okay. When Bitcoin falls, altcoins rip. Total 3. This is all coins taking out Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you're looking at the entire crypto market minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's just go to the monthly on this. Okay. Looks great. Momentum starting to pick up. It hasn't even reached breakout. It hasn't even reached breakaway momentum yet. We're not even there yet. We have not reached breakaway momentum yet. Okay, not yet. Last time we did, we went from 150 billion market cap of all coins to 1.2 trillion. So this time we're headed for about 10 trillion. I think we're headed for about 10 trillion, not counting Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is going to be a nasty upside move, right? We're right there. We're right on the edge, AI, and I'm just kidding. We're right on the edge of exploding. So total 3. Great. Is there any other analysis? I think the other one would be total 3 versus, let's go, what's the most bullish market right now? SMH, right? Semiconductors. Once we break out of this, now you're getting crypto move versus semiconductors, which includes NVIDIA. You could do QQQ, so total 3. This is all leadership stuff versus total 3 versus the Qs starting to pick up. This is relative strength. So this is all crypto versus the Qs, right? We're going to get a rotation into altcoin. I'm sorry, rotation in alts. It's coming. It's coming. The delay is juicy, right? Now I want to look at ChainLink versus ETH, not doing well, versus Bitcoin, getting stuck. All right, let's go to Solana. Let me adjust myself. Hold on. My leg's falling asleep. Okay. All right, so here we go, Solana. I know I took forever. So how does Sol look? Solana, 270 all-time highs, 270-ish. I mean, you got very strong momentum. This thing is just chugging higher like a train, right? So your RSI on the weekly says this train doesn't stop here. Sol can probably, let's do a short-term rip. Sol in the short term should be moving to around 500-600. Okay, good. What is that? A 2.5x. And then if we get super bullish, we're moving to, boy, can Sol really do that? What's the market cap here? 150 billion. Does this get to $1 trillion? I'm going to be more conservative and say it goes to 1,000. Yeah, Sol can go to 1,000. That's a 4x from here. That'll put it around 700 billion market cap. That's a big stock, right? That's a mega cap. That's bigger than Palantir. So maybe it gets up there, blows off top. For sure, I think we're headed to about 600 though for Sol. I'm sorry, I know that's a lower price target than the mega bulls. That would be the equivalent of Chainlink going to about 100. But if you want to get super mega bullish, it needs a better theme. The bigger the market cap for crypto, it doesn't get easier to go up, guys. The bigger your market cap, the harder it is. You don't just float up and add hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap because of a short squeeze from retail. No, you get that from institutions. So they need to buy Sol. They need to have a reason to buy Solana, which I'm not saying they don't, but they're going to play the cycle. So let's go to so Sol looks great. Let's go to the daily. If you're looking for this breakout on the daily chart, I mean, it's simple, over 250. It needs to get over 250. How's that RSI looking? The RSI looks a little bearish in the short term anyway. See how it's, you're getting a blow off top, but it's crypto. It's crypto. It might not even matter. It really might not even matter at this point. I think we're just looking for the clarity act. So here you go. You're getting a crossover in the MACD. It looks great. It looks good. Sol looks good. I mean, Sol's always had one of the best charts. And then it just looked like shit after this, right? After this big plunge, it just started to look like crap. And I think, me personally, I think a lot of people figured out that Solana's needs a better narrative. And I know that's really pissing people off. I get it. It's just that I think it goes higher, but this is a fight. Crypto's not regulated yet, and I think a lot of people get fooled not knowing what it actually does. I don't want you to get caught up in the hype when it comes to that. Okay, and we're not open to the stock market. When the stock market starts trading this, you're going to get real analysts. There's no revenues. Okay, Solana has no revenue. How do you have a company 150 billion, zero revenues? Right? You think the quantum stocks are crazy? You think the who's the other stocks? Oklo and them with no revenues, they're at 20 billion. They're at 30 billion at the moment. This is 150 billion with no revenues. So that's why I stay very cautious when it comes to this. Chainlink is barely at 15, 16 billion. It's not very big compared to this. XRP, how big is XRP? XRP is gigantic. I think BNB just hit an all-time high. Yeah. What is BNB at? 164 billion. Well, that's in China. I don't even know what they do. So this is exploding. Where's AVAX at? AVAX is at 13 billion. Ondo, reasonably priced. Doesn't even have a market cap. I do like Aave though. I will tell you guys this. I like Aave, lending platform. This is real DeFi. Aave is real DeFi. Market cap is 4 billion. I mean, I should be getting, long Aave if I had so much more capital. I'm just focused on Chainlink right now. Sui, I know, Raoul Paul's all bullish on Sui. Great chart. This looks like Solana before it broke down. Market cap. Why doesn't it give me the damn market cap? Stupid. Okay, looks cool. Momentum climbing. Great. Sui 14 billion. Oh, it's at 14 billion. That's why. My bad. Ondo 2.3 billion. I'd rather, I might be more long on Ondo, just looking at this 3.5 billion resistance because they're working with JP Morgan, Swift, Chainlink. I think some of these smaller caps have a better opportunity. If I just had to say, I haven't done enough research though. I'm not keeping up. There's so much in crypto, right? But we are in bull market season. Okay. So, what did we miss? I think we hit most everything. Let me see if I'm missing any. We have battered stocks. We can go over some battered stocks here. I'll listen to somebody talk a little bit. Let's go over a couple of these battered stocks. Okay. You said, I think the narrative might be tokenization like ETH. Oh, for Solana. Look, I hope Solana goes up. Please don't ever take anything personal, because I know people take it personal on the internet. Like, oh, you don't think Solana's bullish, or Chainlink's not bullish, or XRP? Dude, I'm just telling you what I think. I'm looking at the technicals. Okay. I understand Chainlink. I understand Bitcoin. I understand Ethereum. I do not understand Solana or XRP. From what I understand, Solana it's limited. I think it's overvalued. I think it goes up, but I think it's overvalued for its network, right? I think XRP is way overvalued. That's my take on it. Being in crypto for years, for the last 5 years. There's some other better plays out there. I like Aave. I don't think Aave is overvalued, right? Dogecoin, I'm sorry, it's gonna die. Dogecoin's gonna die a very slow death eventually. It's not doing anything. Nobody wants it. Okay, 100% foot model. Why do you call yourself foot model anyway? Interested? No. Let's look at the overall market cap. Total crypto market cap, excluding the top 10. This is the real alt season. You're looking at crap coins here. Not crap, but you're looking at the real small caps, right? This is the real small caps or mid caps. Hasn't even moved yet. What's the technicals? Climbing. This is good. This is great. I just want to wake up one day and Chainlink's up double. Okay, so here comes the liquidity. The Clarity Act is key for this. The Clarity Act is key. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to not macro yet. I wanted to go to the in-play beat-up stocks really quick. So I've been watching this stock for a long time. This is a robotics. They might be getting disrupted, possibly. I still think they have a chance. They just started integrating with OpenAI, Google, Amazon, somebody else, bunch of cloud providers. If they can make this pivot, don't go buy it. If they can make this pivot, it's at 13 bucks. I think this stock can do a 10x, right? Let's just be a little more conservative. I think it goes back to all-time highs. I think it goes up 500%. If they can make this pivot and actually make money. So they're partnering with Snowflake, OpenAI, Google. Okay, who is this? UiPath. Kathy Wood used to be bullish on it. They haven't been executing. They really haven't executed. But look at the RSI. This is why. I'm looking at the technicals. I got bullish back here too. But guess what? It's right back to where it was. What the F is at? Well, that's bullish divergence. That's very bullish divergence. Okay, price is not even moving, but your buying pressure is just chugging along. So this is very bullish divergence. Think of them like CRM to some degree, which is struggling at the moment. UiPath is still a force to be reckoned with. And I know people don't like it. My brother disagrees with me, right? And I listen to him. I trust him. He's way smarter than me when it comes to this stuff. But I think, I think it has some legs. right? There's some weird manipulation stuff going on though with UiPath. This is a battered stock. I call them battered stocks because they just got beat the hell up. It's moving in this range. I'm not interested until it gets above 15. If it can get above 15 and start closing the gap, then, and it might be coming right back down. It's in a downtrend. Then it needs to break this big trend. Then I'll get interested and I'll buy some leap calls. They got like, how big are the leap calls? $30 leap calls. So you can get out there. You can get up there, right? It's a small cap. It's a mid cap. It's a mid cap. It's considered mid cap. It's not small, mid cap stock. All right, UNH, right? I kind of gave up on it. I know there's a lot of momentum, but I saw better plays out there. We played UNH when it got smashed. We played it all the way to what, 330, 360. So see how it's overbought here on the daily. Can it go up? Sure, but it's not doing breakthrough technology. People are not chasing UNH because it's going to change the world, right? So I'm not that interested. Now it does have a nice trend. If you're holding the stock, hold the stock. UNH should be coming back to like 560, right? I think it does well, but it's not changing the world. I see other stocks that Edge AI, competing with Palantir. I don't want UNH. I want that, and I only have so much capital. I got to preserve it, right? Also, Tesla's making a monster move, and I know it pulled back, but we have a lot of support. CRM, very disappointed in the stock. Okay, I've heard so much about CRM over the years. The question is, are they being disrupted? We'll see on the next earnings call. I have some leaps on it. I'm about to lose money in these put credit spreads. Okay, so I'm losing money on CRM right now. Okay, hackers used vanishing to target Salesforce customers and created a dark web leak site listed about 40 companies they claim to have hacked throughout. Client status unclear. Are they getting hacked? And this is a big market cap. We're talking $250 billion. So they might be giving up more market share. That's what I hear. They might be giving up more market share. If that's the case, I'm just going to hold my spreads. I have them all the way till 2027. Thank God I didn't get too deep on them. But this thing might be consolidating for a while, right? Or it has one more flush lower. They come out with a new product. They come out, we're changing the world. We got robotic, blah, blah, blah. Edge AI. Who knows what they do? I don't know. I'm not a software expert, but CRM should do well. They're just being disrupted by OpenAI's, AI agents. So I think they come up with something pretty soon. Also, Mark Benioff, he's such a, not even going to say it. All right. So XLV, oh, no, not XLV yet. Hold on. Kava. Okay. We've been looking at Kava. This is a nice trade coming into, right? This is not changing the world, but they have very good food and we're going to get tax cuts. There is a shift in the US towards healthier foods. I think Kava is going to benefit from that. Okay. There's a shift towards health. I know it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's better than most of the crap out there, right? This thing retraced what, 50%, 100%, not 100%. It's down like 70%. So it came back to this support. You got the double, you have some bullish divergence class B. It's not the best divergence, but it is picking up. Keep your eye on Kava. It's a sharp downturn. This has such a sharp sell-off. The sell-off is so sharp. It just takes one, and it's trying to capitulate. It's going to take one good report for this thing to just explode, and then we'll see from there if it can continue, right? XLV Healthcare has been, we'll get to that. Hold on. I know you commented on alcohol consumption at all-time lows. That tells you how lifestyle, there you go. Lifestyles are changing. Trends are changing. XLV, what'd you say about XLV? And then we have Lululemon last for the battered stocks. I'm getting beat down on this one too. I need my credit spreads to recover within the next 2 weeks. It looks like it's not going to happen. We'll see. I need a miracle. But I do have long debit spreads that I think those have 18 months to play out. I'm not worried about those. I'm not worried about those debit spreads. I'm worried about these damn credit spreads, these short-term credit spreads. And yeah, we'll see. Anyways, another stock that you just buy it, it's going higher. Okay, it's going to go higher eventually. It's not going to zero. They're just, a lot of institutions have been selling it. And once it breaks, I think it's, 190? You see the RSI, how it just keeps bottoming out, bottom. This is bullish divergence. We've seen this on Celsius a long time ago before it started to explode. You just got to be patient with Lululemon and CRM. Lululemon will make a comeback. Kava will make a comeback. CRM, they need it. They're big. That's a big cap. That's a big mega cap. That thing needs, it needs to do something. Um, so what about XLV? Oh, healthcare. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, that is a big move in XLV. Um, I didn't plan on going through all of these, but I do have a healthcare drug pharma. Yeah, drug pharma looks good. I mean, HIMS, let's look at the momentum on HIMS. This is kind of a tech stock. This is bearish divergence. Okay. I know a lot of people online are like, oh, HIMS is the next. Do people say that to me? This is the next. This is the next. No, dude, it's not. If it was that great, I would be, first of all, I've tried the products. I got sick. I get headaches, right? It's not that great. They're not changing the world. People can copy them. I think it's overdone. I think the stock can trade very well, but when it comes to health, this is my first expertise is on health. And when I see health products, I kind of know, is this going to be big or not? Is it going to be big? I hope it does, but I think it's a little overblown. People are a little too excited. The chart looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, but this is bearish divergence. Okay. HIMS should make one more low. Okay. It should retest maybe $40. That's what it's looking like to me anyways. There's no momentum right now. The momentum is leaving. Even though it looks beautiful, the momentum is coming down. Okay. So it's going to flush lower. Does it come all the way back down to 29? I don't know. Maybe it gets stuck here, but HIMS is not ready to blow up yet. Okay. It's not there yet. Wait for the $40. I like it at 40. I like it at 40. The technicals don't tell me this is going to explode yet, but the pattern is beautiful, right? Once it gives it a little more time, comes back and supports, we'll see. I want to see the RSI picking up. Oscar, I don't even know what they do. Honestly, I've heard about them. People talk about them. I think it's just a super bull market. People are hyping up every stock. Tempest AI is for real. This, I don't know. Oscar, how does it look? Well, the momentum is picking up on this one. This one looks like it wants to break out. See that curling pattern? Boom. This looks like it wants to break out. Looks great. Novo Nordisk. Again, I'm not a big fan, but it's so sold off. It got, spanked. Look at that RSI. This can really run. I'm actually waiting to put a position in here. The only thing I don't trust is I don't like the GLP-1 drugs. I don't like them. I think they're short-term fix. People are not going to use GLP-1s forever. Okay. We need to eat healthier. I'm not saying drugs can't change the world, but there's not going to be an unlimited bid on buying these damn drugs. It's just not going to happen. Okay. It's not like an iPhone. It's not like you're buying, I don't know. That's my instincts. I could be wrong, but the stock looks great. I think this thing is turning up. This is bullish divergence. I'm actually waiting to buy this. If it gets over 60, I might buy some leap calls. What happened to this? I think they got in trouble. This is a 250. See, this is a mega cap stock though. 250 billion. Shh. Stop. Damn it. Stop. Sorry about that. Now I'll tell you one that I do like. Eli Lilly. Oh, it already ripped. Yep, this is what I was looking at. Eli Lilly. It already ripped. Maybe it consolidates a little bit. I do like Eli Lilly. Morgan Stanley lowers its price target for Eli to $1,000 a share. Oh, yeah, this one should be good. Eli Lilly. This is what I like though. Okay, this is changing the world, I believe. Azenta Incorporated, provider of life science sample. I got to do more research on it. Exploration and management solutions of the life sciences market. What do they do? I know a lot of people are talking about automated cold storage solutions for biological and chemical compound samples. I think they have something to do with genomics. Yep, customers in the area of genomic analysis and the management of care of biology. I got to do more research. These are tough to understand, but I know Kathy Wood's been looking into it, and she's a good researcher. If anything is on her radar, I want to look at it. Doesn't mean I want it. I want to look at it. Also, this thing was trading at $126. It's trading at 26, so it's down 90%. Keep your eye on this. Right? Keep your eye on this. I do leap calls on it. Right? I want this in my portfolio forever. If it is what I think it is, that could be a real big trade for leap calls. You have the divergence here. The bullish divergence is happening. Is it bullish divergence? Well, let's not get too excited. I think this could trade a lot higher. If we get over 36, okay, a little cup and handle ish, right? If we get over 35, 36, I want to get long here. And then I want to add more size if it can break this trend and support. We're not there yet. I need to do more research on it. CRISPR looks beautiful. Okay, this is biotech. Obviously, now we're kind of looking at biotech. Invio, yeah, I like that one too. Now we're looking at biotech. Look at CRISPR. I've been watching this thing. Aaron remembers. Aaron in the chat. Here he is. Oh yeah, let me take that off. My bad. We've been trading CRISPR since the IPO, since way back here. Remember when CRISPR? This is one of my first trades where I thought, hey, I can be a trader. CRSP. I won't forget it. I was on vacation and it just kept going up, and I swung it for like 4 days, and I was like, damn, maybe I could do this as a career. Little did I know, it just kept going up. Little did I know it was coming all the way back down. And I realized, wait a minute, you can't just keep trading the same thing. All right. So, anyways, we've been watching this stock for a while, getting smacked over and over. Kind of get mesmerized by this move, but this was all macro move, right? They are solving a huge issue though. Have you ever looked at? Throw me the ticker. Centene. Throw me the ticker. Foot model. So yeah, this is a gigantic downtrend or flag pattern, right? Call it a flag. This thing can rip. Okay, let's just go ahead and measure it. We can look 5 years out. In 5 years, let's just say in 5 years, if they solve, genetic editing, whatever they're solving, there's a lot of stuff out there. We're not clear what they're going to do yet, but they are one of the leaders. We're looking at a $700 stock, possibly $1,000 stock is trading at 73. So I think this can do a 10x. The market cap is somewhere around 6 billion. It could be 100 billion market cap easy with what they're doing. Okay, so it's starting to break now. Now, how do I like the momentum? Honestly, I got stopped out. I should have freaking been long on this. It pissed me off. I got a little worried about I thought the market was going to sell off like 3 or 4 times. Biotech hasn't really caught a bid yet, but now I think what Trump's doing is I think there's going to be a lot of money going towards this stuff. I need to do a little more research on to see how they're viewing this in his administration. Gene editing, are they for it? Are they against it? If they're for it, I'm long. But it's starting to break. There's still time here. There's still time. It's going to consolidate, right? There's time to get in. I saw it sell off today. I was like, thank goodness. This thing has given me FOMO so many times. But it could be it. This could be it. This could really be it. Also, look at the volume. Let's go to the monthly volume. You can see the volume on the monthly. You see how the volume starting to climb in a downtrend? This is bullish volume momentum. Bullish volume divergence. No, I'm just kidding. I made that up. But I think it's going to rip. I think it's going to rip. RSI is picking up. It's above the halfway mark. You're getting multiple rate cuts, so you can throw so much money at this. Keep your eye on CRISPR. Keep your eye on CRISPR. Beaten up, but seems to be gaining momentum. CNC. Okay, CNC. Oh, damn. Well, this thing's already recovered. What is it? 19 billion market cap. Healthcare enterprise engages in provision of programs. Services to government-sponsored healthcare program operates through the following segments: Medicare, Medicaid, Medicare, commercial, and other Medicaid assistance for needy family programs. Well, sounds like a great company for families. Probably great when it got destroyed. This looks great. This has a lot of momentum. But again, I'm not an expert in these healthcare industries, so I don't know how they trade, right? Tech, they'll go to the upside and they'll go all the way back to all-time highs a lot of times, or at least make a big impulse. You see how this trend is just sideways for so long? I never know. That's my only concern. Is it looks great right now. It looks like I don't want to enter this, but the momentum is strong. If you're in it, hold, right? Beautiful pattern. I mean, that's a very beautiful recovery. That's very beautiful. That's what you want to see. Breaks, My entry, if I were to go long on this, would have been probably on this candle right here. Gapped up again, came back down. Here's another entry. Starts to support, moves up. Entry right here. Yeah, it looks good. Starting to fill the gap to 54. I say it looks great. Only thing is, I think there's just other plays out there that I understand. I don't understand this one, but this is very beautiful price action. I don't know the narrative. Very good price action though. Very good price action. CNC. Okay. It's a 20 billion market cap also. I think it'd be good to throw in maybe, I don't know enough about it. I just don't know. I'm always worried about these healthcare companies because so much is changing. So I'd have to really believe in it. But as a trade, yeah, this looks like a beautiful trade. If it consolidates and comes down a little more, let's see, what would I want to see? I'd want to see it come down about right here, 35, 36 and stay sideways. And I want to see this daily come back down to the halfway mark on the RSI and then start to pick back up. I could get long if if it looks juicy. Probably still has a long way to go. But the question is, why did they sell off, right? What is the why? What's going on here? Because if it's regulatory, I don't want to touch it, right? That's the thing about these healthcare companies. There's always this regulatory risks, which just happen overnight, and it gets really messy. I know everybody's long ASTS. We talked about this one for a while. I got this from somebody in my Discord. He was super bullish on it. I mean, this has probably been one of the strongest stocks. Very jealous. I mean, this thing back in April 2024. Okay, it was at $1.94. It was at $2. It was at $2. Fast forward, we're up 2,300% in 18 months. 12, 13 months, 14, 15 months. Now that's a nice trade. I literally sold out right here. I sold out at 54 and I was going to buy the dip and I missed it at 38. Did I buy the dip? No, I did buy the dip. My bad. I bought the dip. No, I sold it. I bought the dip and I sold at 54. I thought, nah, it's not breaking. It's not ready to break out yet. Some stocks are just super strong. So I think we hit, yeah, it was right here. I saw this RSI and I was like, I was like, nah, there's no way it's already ready to go. Usually it consolidates a little longer. I didn't like how quickly it ran up. And I thought I was smart. Look at it sold off. I thought I was smart. I was like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Then it gaps up, makes new all-time highs. That tells me I don't know enough about the narrative. Too strong. We've covered a lot of stocks. I think the last one I want to cover is Tesla. Okay, how do we play Tesla? All right, so couple things. Let's go to the monthly chart, most bullish chart for sure. Okay, Tesla over the next 6 to 12 months, monster stock. I think it runs up to 800. Okay, weekly chart, you can see that momentum's picking up. On the weekly, we might have ran out of juice. Maybe not. I think there's more juice to squeeze. I think there's more, I think we get another blow off top. But Tesla's tricky because it drops like a rock. So the only thing keeping me in this trade right now, okay, is my anchored VWAP from the breakout, from this initial breakout. And we supported that anchored VWAP. The volume weighted average is there, right? We capitulated. It could have just priced in most of the weakness. Okay, if we zoom, but look at this RSI rolling over. This is actually a bad sign. This is a bad sign. This is the momentum has left it. If I zoom in though, I'm gonna get off this chart because this doesn't have what I want. Or wait, does it? Let's see. Let's go to the 30-minute. Oh, there we go. All right. So if we zoom in, you can see. Let's go ahead and chart this up. All right. So if we zoom in, we can see that Tesla is not only holding anchored VWAP, but it did support this level. Is this even clear? Can we see that? Oh, it looks different on this chart. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay. We're just looking at pre-market levels. So it really came into this last pre-market level that was that happened back in where can I see this? September. So supporting that level came all the way back to support. Okay, great. And then on the upside, it got rejected here. So this is what it's looking like. It's looking like it's going to move in this little range. Okay, and I've seen Tesla so many times. This is my guess. Where's the drawing at? All right, so Tesla, I want to see it retest this again. I want to see another retest. Okay, now I want to see another retest. Worst case scenario, it breaks below and then it comes up, gets rejected, goes lower, right? That's a worst case scenario. I don't want to wait for that. I'm gonna have to cut my size here around 415. I'm gonna have to cut my size around. This gap got filled. I got to look at this a little more. I'm up big on my option, so I don't really want to. I don't want to cut it. Or we retest. Okay, come back down, retest again. This looks better, and we form a wedge pattern, and then it finally breaks from that. Okay, so this is tricky. Tesla, when it's this momentous and volatile, it doesn't have the best trends. You just watch the levels. This is all about levels. If we pump above 445 and support it, I'm back long. I'm still long right now, but I'm still bullish on it. So you have a couple scenarios here, and your real level is 420, right? That's going to be a psychological level, 420, and my upper level is 445. Call it 450. You can call it 450. It's tricky, somewhere around there. So those are levels for Tesla. But if we zoom out, wicked off the 20-day EMA. Let me erase some of the stuff. Oh, damn it. 20-day EMA. I think I have the 21 up, huh? Oh, there we go. So I got the 21. This is our 21 EMA. Still holding that. I think it's still bullet. Do not give up on this. You guys gotta keep this up. Keep this in mind. Okay, I'm gonna switch this. I'm just gonna keep it. We're gonna stay looking at this. Keep in mind this. The VIX is very trapped, meaning it's trapped to the downside. Investors are very, very bullish and they're rotating. This is a rotating bull market, which tells us no matter how much, right? No matter how much there's weakness in some sectors, there's strength in others. And I can see that with my analysis when it comes to positioning, when it comes to sentiment, when it comes to leadership, the internals. Breadth. I'm sorry. When it comes to breadth, when I look at market breadth, I'm seeing that, damn, this market is strong. Just doesn't want to roll over. So I wouldn't give up on that. More importantly, interest rates are coming lower. Okay. Interest rates are coming lower. Let me throw them up on this one so I can actually see where we are. This is how I want to finish off today. Interest rates are at 4.1. So we're starting to leak lower with rates. It's only going to help Tesla. They're building a lot of stuff. You have Elon Musk at your back. You just need more liquidity in the market. That liquidity is coming. Now that the EV tax credit is gone, these other OEMs are going to have to give up. They can't create it at a profitable rate, so they're going to have to adopt Tesla's model or give up. More than likely, they're going to use full self-driving. I mean, we got to look into the future. You can't trade Tesla based off today or tomorrow or next week. You're trading it off the next 12 to 15 months. That's how you're trading it. Right. So you're having all this. The Fed's going to cut twice, more than likely. Now that we get, we skip the jobs report, probably going to get a cut in 2 weeks from the Fed. We're going to get another cut in December. Dude, so much liquidity oncoming, right? What else do we have coming? Growth is very strong. We're going to get the ISM turned up. That's very bullish for Tesla. ISM consumers are okay. This is not a macro. We're not doing a macro analysis today. I'm just looking at some of these metrics. Oil prices are low. Yeah. So for the most part, the macro is just too strong. You got to stay. You want to stay long Tesla. All these people that are like, oh, Tesla is going nowhere. You're going to see all time highs pretty soon. That's the last thing I wanted to look at here. Is Tesla. Now I do want to signal the two most powerful plays that I'm looking at right now are Cooler. Some people might be late. Cooler is a micro cap, and watch out for this one. Watch out for this one. I think it's just starting. We're at the early stages of of a price expansion. Momentum is picking up. Go to your weekly chart. Go to your weekly chart. You're getting that crossover. So Cooler looks amazing. Look at that. We're trying to get this weekly green print for the first time. Okay. This might be one of the biggest plays I make for a while. I haven't really made any big plays. I've been just chopping away at these little battery technologies, nothing huge. I think I can make a big trade on this one. So I'm aiming for a bigger trade here. And then number two, one of the biggest plays that I think I'm still doing the research, is a possible 100x. Yes, I said 100x. And I'll confirm that later. I might say, hey, you know what? It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. I need to ask some people about it. I'm sure I'm going to be let down on it, but I want to throw it on your radar. That's what I do. I throw these on your radar because I'm not here to tell you what to do, but just to signal to you, here's some good plays. Here's what I think, right? Where is it? I can't even remember the ticker. PDYL. Palladian AI. Go look it up yourself. Palladian AI. Okay. This is edge AI. Their goal is to put AI on the edge of every physical manufacturing robot, drone, phone, device, edge AI. They have consumer, and they're contracted with defense, but these are all going to turn into consumer or commercial use. Right? It's a software too, very high margins. They're not really making money yet. I need to do some more analysis, but just keep that up. Would you say if somehow get the retest of 5 Cooler will get long? Oh yeah. If Cooler retests, I think Cooler is like, yeah, now if Cooler retests $5, then yeah. If it can retest, here's the close up. By the way, I added yesterday. I told my Discord, if you guys want the Discord, matter of fact, you know what? Let me just copy the Discord right now and throw it in the chat so you guys can see it. Some of you, if you're interested, if not, that's fine. It's free. See if I can invite copy. All right, let's go back to. All right, here it is. All right, there's a Discord. We signaled this yesterday in the Discord somewhere around, I think here at the end of the day. Yeah, I think I got in here at the end of the day. About right here. It gapped up and just started to take off. I started buying again. I started buying on this pullback. So I didn't buy two. How am I up so much then? I got to go back and look at it. I'm playing the price action. I don't really like to look at the money, the P&L too much, because it'll mess with your psychology. So I'm just playing it how I would play any trade. I enter off some momentum. The theme is breaking out of an overall trend, and then it rips in the morning, and I start adding size on all these little pullbacks. I'm adding. I think I added twice today. So I'm good. I'm fully sized. I don't really need to get bigger in it. I just want to let it ride. It's rare that you can get a lot of good size in early. And I think this is one that, I got the size in, and it's 2027 calls. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, there's a lot of good trades in our Discord. We have investments and trades. It's a wild, wild west in there. You just ask questions, post, do whatever you got to do. We're still developing it. There's other stuff, other resources in there that we're building. It's a community. So check it out. That's all I got for you guys, though. I appreciate you guys watching. And let's see, do I have any announcements? I think more than anything, I have two stocks that really, I think, perform: ChainLink and Tesla. I'm very bullish. I want to get bullish on this Palladium, whatever it's called, Palladium. I want to get bullish on it, but I need to double check. BMNR for Ethereum. Just stay tuned. I mean, I'm gonna talk more macro coming up. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Stay blessed. Have a good weekend and stay safe out there. We'll catch you Catch you in the next episode. All right, next video. Thank you.